Hi, we are Group 2 of ME283 at San Jose State University. Our group members are Peter, Alex, Andrew, and Aaron. We'll be discussing our DoE project on the size of homemade pancake. And I need to shout out to my previous SPC teammates Kathy, Awad, and Kevin to allow me to continue this project idea. The agenda of our presentation today will be introduction, fabrication process, measuring technique, normality, ANOVA, factor and interaction effects, regression modeling, and residual analysis. To propose and determine the potential factors that would affect the size of the homemade pancakes, we'll be running a 2 to the 4 unreplicated full factorial design. Unreplicated chosen to screen largest quantity of the main effects and lower order interactions. The four controllable factors are flow water ratio, pancake brand, baking paper, and time. We measure the area of the pancakes as our output variables. Bake the homemade pancakes using a conventional oven to simulate the manufacturing process of open-air costing. Prepare the pancake mix, measuring cup, bowls, and syringes. We created 4 individual bowls of different pancake batters by the kitchen scale to control the flow-water ratio with the pancake mix. Then, apply the syringes to pull and push the batter with 5 ml each on different baking papers. Preheated the oven to 180 Celsius constantly and baked 4 pancakes one time, a total of 4 rounds. Finally, a total of 16 samples were collected for measurement and analysis. The photo of all the samples was uploaded to ImageJ photo analysis software. We set up a scale used by the existing line on the parchment paper line, and all measurements were done and shown on the right-hand side picture.
For this unreplicated 2 to the 4th experiment, we generated 16 data points for all combinations of factors. The estimate of effects were plotted on our normality plot, with red dots indicating the 3-way and 4-way interactions. The 2 to the 4th unreplicated experiment was chosen to analyze a larger number of effects, with the alpha value being chosen to be 0.05. The degrees of freedom is 1, as this is a 2-level experiment. Because of the fact that there is only one single replicate for each variation, in order to allow for more degrees of freedom for estimating error, 3-way and 4-way interactions were combined, as higher order interactions are usually less significant. Looking at the calculated p-values, we can see that the largest main effect factors are lining and time, while the largest interaction effects are between brand and time. Subsequently, the R-squared value was calculated to be 97.8%, indicating a good fit.
Here we have the main effects. The plots reflect what was presented in the ANOVA table. Across the board, the factors at high level had greater area change compared to low level. We can see that time was the most impactful factor. The time difference produced the greatest difference in area. After time, we have lining, brand, and finally the ratio, which had the least effect in the baking process. Here are the interaction plots depicting different combinations of factors. The plots not boxed in red, ratio time, brand lining, and lining time, were produced with parallel slopes. This is an indication that there was little to no interaction amongst each other.
We generated the full regression equation, which resulted in an R-square value of about 98%. Considering that the interaction between factor B, brand, and factor D, time, had the largest impact on area, we isolated the factors and determined the regression equation. Both the surface plot and contour plot shows the interaction between coded factors B and D and the area response, which varies from about 11 centimeters squared to 15 centimeters squared. So before we accept the ANOVA results, we had to verify the normality and independence of the residuals. We plotted the normal probability plot of the residuals, which shows a decent adherence to the normal line, confirming the normality assumption. Here we plotted the residuals versus the fitted values. We see randomly distributed residuals in a horizontal band centered at 0, which confirms there's no apparent pattern. Additionally, we have plotted the residuals against each design factor to make sure there's an even variation between each level. And finally, we plotted the residuals against the observation order just to make sure there's really no pattern, or that the residuals are not dependent on when the observation occurred. So overall, the results from this DOE shows that the aligning used and the bake time are the two main effects with the largest impact on the area of the resulting pancake. Additionally, the interaction between brand and time has the largest impact on area as well. And for further refinement of the experiment, probably taking higher resolution pictures of the pancake, which will result in improved pixel density in image J. This is just for a more accurate area measurement. And finally, we have our reference slide, which includes the book, the pancake recipe, and image J. Thank you.